Hello and welcome. Welcome to part 1 to build this application which is able to analyze the content of these image files by using the Raspberry Pi and the Raspberry Pi camera and services which are available on the Bluemix site. In this part 1 I would like to give you some instructions, some information how to set up the whole environment, how to set up the Raspberry Pi and doing some preparation stuff on the Bluemix site that we need for this kind of application. If you are familiar with this stuff, please skip this video, go directly to part 2 where I start with the actual programming. If you are not so familiar or if you are interested how I set up the whole environment, please join me on this video. To set up the Raspberry Pi, I will start from scratch. This means I will copy a brand new image from the internet and copy this one to the SD card, insert it into Raspberry Pi and doing some networking configuration stuff to get all up and running. One remark at the beginning, I will not go in each step by detail. I will only highlight which steps are necessary to do this whole stuff, but I will provide the links, what I am installing and what I am doing. So watch for the video, here are important informations. So to start to download, I go to the Raspberry Pi home page, which is here. So it's the Raspberry Pi.org homepage, here you see it, and then you can download it. I'm using the full Jessie image, desktop image, which includes the Node.js environment. If you have downloaded everything, you can use this command to copy everything to the SD card. So I show it here again. This command I'm using to copy the whole stuff to the SD card. Here that's the source of my image after the download, and here this is the destination of the SD card. It may differ on your side. Now the copy process is completed. I inserted the SD card to the Raspberry Pi. I set an Ethernet connection between my laptop and the Raspberry Pi, and I connected also the digital camera to the Raspberry Pi. Now everything should boot if the copy process was okay. So let me put the power to the Raspberry Pi and it should boot. Yes, here it is. The Raspberry Pi is booting. The next step is doing some configuration for the networking directly using the screen and the keyboard. But I will show this after the boot is completed and I made initial modifications. So in the meantime I made the configuration changes to get the networking up and running, and I did a reboot on the Raspberry Pi, and this should be completed right now. So let's check whether I can log on to the Raspberry Pi. To do this I use SSH and the user ID and the static IP address which I specified on the Raspberry Pi for the Ethernet connection. So just enter and I will be asked for the password, which is Raspberry. And yes, here I am. So what did I do to get this one up and running? So the first change is to this file, to the interfaces file. And here I changed the Ethernet connection to manual and the wireless LAN connection to DHCP. That's all what I did here. And the next change is in this DHCP config file. And here I added these two lines to specify the static IP address. Keep in mind that you have to change your networking settings when you are using the Ethernet connection on your laptop as well, to have the same sub address and this similar stuff here. So that's this one, and the last one, this is for the wireless LAN configuration. It's this file here. And just open it, and I entered all these lines of code, and you find the description of how to do that and how to specify it on the internet. So that's all what I did here. Now I'm ready to install all the packages that I need for this environment or for my environment. I start here with updating the system itself by using the sudo apt get update command. Okay, this one is done. So the next command I would like to use is the sudo apt get upgrade. Now this one took quite a long time, 20 minutes or so, to get everything upgraded here on the system, but now it's completed and we can continue. So let me check first which version of Nodes is installed. So Node -3, oh, it's 0.10.29. Now the npm, I guess this one is not installed. Okay, so I have to install the Nodes package manager using sudo apt get install npm. So now this one is completed. The next step is to install apt get install net talk, the package to get access from the macOS system to the Raspberry Pi file system. Very helpful. If you are running on a Windows system, you can use FTP Pro, for example. Okay, this one is also completed. Now let's check whether it's working. So I open my Finder. And here I see already my Raspberry Pi device. So I click to it, it's not connected. I connect as Pi and Raspberry for the password. Okay, and here I see my home directory. It's currently empty on my Raspberry Pi side, but this one, no, it's not empty. Here are all the files in. So the last package which I would like to install is the virtual desktop, and to do this I found here a very good explanation how to install it. So it's here on this address. You will find this address also as a link here, and please follow all these steps here mentioned in this home page, and then you should get this up and running. I will do this and then I will continue when I have executed all these commands right now here. So now I have completed all the configuration and installation steps for the remote desktop, and I should be able to see it here on my Finder. Yes, here, share screen, and I have to enter here my password. Okay, and here I am connected to my Raspberry Pi, and I see the graphical desktop of my Raspberry Pi. That's it for this part, and now I would like to go to the Bluemix site. Now I would like to go to the Bluemix site, and to do that I open the Internet Explorer and I enter the Bluemix homepage, which is bluemix.net. This will bring me to the logon screen of the Bluemix site. Here it is. If you don't have an account on Bluemix, please sign up. It will be free for a certain time period. And if you have an account, then you can log on here. So I have to provide the email address and the password. And after log on, I will be forwarded to the dashboard of Bluemix, and the dashboard is the page where all the information about the application you already deployed are shown, and also the status of each application and so on. And here we are. Here this is my dashboard, and I already have some applications deployed. You see it here. And Bluemix has in Bluemix you have the possibility to create different spaces, and normally for each new project you are starting, you create a new space, and I did this, and I created for this kind of application and space which is called image analysis. And in this image analysis space, I didn't have anything deployed. So it's a new environment here. So to explain or give you a short introduction to Bluemix, I go to the catalog page or tab. And the catalog will show you all the functions, runtime, services, and so on, which are currently available and can be used inside Bluemix. So there are different categories. So the starter category, the compute category, and the services and the provider category. The starters are boilerplates and pre-assembled applications, templates, samples and so on. We are not using this one, so here we have the second category inside the catalog, which are the runtimes. Here you see all the runtimes currently supported by Bluemix, and we will start with the Node.js runtime in a few seconds. But let me go to the other parts. Here we have the container images, container applications provided by IBM, or you can also create your own container services inside Bluemix. And then we are coming to this huge amount of services available in Bluemix. So we have here subcategory of the Watson services and the Alchemy API. This will be used later on to analyze the content of the image. But right now I'm looking for a service which I would like to deploy, and this one can be found under Data and Analytics, and here we find the Cloud and Database. So I just double click on this icon here, and then a new service instance will be deployed on my environment, on my space. Before this one will be done, I will be asked for a service name. I take HS face detection. Okay, and then press enter and create. This will take a few seconds, and then the service instance will be deployed in Bluemix. The next step will be deployment of the Node.js runtime environment. So as soon as this one is completed, I will go to the runtimes and then deploy the starter package for a Node.js application. So this one is done. I can also launch the Cloud and Database. We will do this later on again. Right now it's not necessary to go into this part here. So I go back to the catalog, go to the runtimes and select this application or this button to deploy a Node.js application. And I give this one a name. Okay, it's here, and here I also use face detection. Well, let me take exactly the same. So then create. And after a few seconds or maybe a minute, the application will be deployed. There will be an internet address assigned to the application, which you can use to get access to the application itself. Here we have some important information, and in this example I'm using the Cloud Foundry command line interface to communicate between my laptop computer and the terminal session and the Bluemix session. And to do that, I get here some information what is required. So you have to download either the Cloud Foundry command line interface or the Bluemix command line interface. I recommend to use the Bluemix command line interface. I already installed everything, but please, if you don't have this installed, download this command line interface and then you should be able to communicate. And here we have another important button, which is the download starter code. So Bluemix, when you deploy this Node.js application, Bluemix will generate a template, a skeleton of a Node.js application. And to start with this application, to do the programming, you can download this. I click on it and then it will be downloaded, and here you have, you see it, that it will be available on my PC right now. And here there are other important information, which commands you should use on your terminal session on the Bluemix side to communicate with the Cloud Foundry environment and the Bluemix environment on the backend side. So everything is mentioned here, and we will do this latest in part 4 of this video series. So let me check, or let me invoke this internet address and what Bluemix generated for us. So this is the application or the template, and this brings this homepage up when after starting the Node.js application. And the last thing I would like to do is to go to the dashboard again, and here you see the Node.js application. It's up and running, and here also the cloud and database, the service, which is currently in the unbound state. So that's it for right now. In the next part, in the part 2, I will use this starter package and modify everything so that we can run it on the Raspberry Pi side, and also activating the camera and doing the other stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that I will see you again in the next part, in the part 2. I wish you a nice day and have fun with this environment. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.